Welcome to our time sweep this week. Welcome, Richard. It is chaotic times. We were just chatting around. I mean, there's a lot of anxiety. I think underlying anxiety in general. I've just been noticing how weather patterns have been even chaotic. There's an element of the zeitgeist, if I need to use a word, kind of the collective unconscious, I think, that is feeling unsettled, that's feeling powerless, that's feeling affected by the chaos. Yeah, I will leave that there.
Thank you, Michelle. Because we're being so affected by this, in a sense, everybody's in a storm of uncertainty, to say the least, and many people are waking up wondering why they're here, why the chaos, why nothing feels real. They feel distorted, angry, a lot of what I call helplessness, hapless, not able to really do things, create, and almost in a sense of paralyzing. So looking at that as to trying to just find some sense where you could actually just sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee. To the simplest thing, sit down with a friend and just have a chat for a couple of hours and not worry about anything. I think that's what we want to create for this outcome. So we can step out of the chaos because the world is crazy. We're being influenced by who knows what to create this chaos, and we're feeling so completely disrupted at every aspect of our life. Nothing feels safe or normal. So I'm going to just open up some time sweeps and do some clearing in it. So the outcome would be, so you can go have a cup of coffee with a friend and talk about nothing. Just sit and chill and feel each other's serenity in a space for a while. And a half an hour, 5 hours, whatever it means, just means like, because we're not going to make sense of the world. All we can do is find some peace of ourselves and be able to sort of push the world away so we can find some peace in our own autonomy. Sitting on a back deck, sitting in a chair, just holding a book in your hand. Maybe you don't have to read it. Maybe find a book off your bookshelf and just have the title and hold that in your lap for a while. And think about nothing and everything at the same time.
Thank you, Richard. I just want to mention that that's quite empowering, really, to I think many languages talk about, not I am worried or I am angry or it is something that is upon me.
Yeah,
I think, so
yeah,
there is a empowerment in that I'm separate from not just emotion, but from what I'm experiencing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we forget that because it's so simple. Because we get caught in this. As soon as you say I am, it's almost like we're trapped in what we are trapped in. The
Yeah.
moment I am comes into that. So we start stepping away and framing it differently, right? It's completely different energy. And it's all, I feel it allows the energy to process.
Yeah. But it doesn't connect us to that energy.
Yeah,
So we are
yeah,
not reliant on it. No, there's another
sure.
word. We're not, yeah, as you say, affected. But
Yes.
we create an energetic connection, I think, when we say, I am whatever.
Mhm. And I'm
Um,
so effing blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because the F
And
yeah.
well, it's almost like in my feeling there, it's almost like an entity. And I was doing some visualizations, and I felt like it's the emotions to me are, in my words, are entities.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really think they're a life force of itself, and they feed on this, right? So they
Mm,
move, and because I had a visualization of something, I thought, what the hell is this?
mm,
So, if there's a Gregors and they have this, well, then, and you look at anybody who's went out of body that
yeah.
said, there was peace, there was no motion, So I think in this strata we live in, this energy is there to, invigorate because it's
Mm,
just food, it's not personal.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
depression, all these things like that. I think it's just energy systems that are created that you know cause this disruption, and we don't know how to not experience it. And for many people, I'm realizing another layer. For many people growing up, were never allowed to experience their emotions. Another whole disconnect, and that's millions of people through family dynamics, never allowed to experience an emotion, to behave in a manner in a strata, which causes just all kinds of distortions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A sense of dissociation with what you're experiencing creates this um, pattern, doesn't it? So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's breaking
Yeah.
the patterns. Uh,
Yeah. It showed up on Instagram because it was part of the people I'm connected with, and it's part of my avatar. But Alice Miller was a Swedish Finnish psychologist, and I end up now I just see these. I did copy it, but I took all the words from it, and to me, with the group I'm in, that's their avatar language. Because
yeah.
so many people are working with professionals who have this. Were never brought up in families to just behave. Don't be so. Never allowed to feel an emotion, and it just causes hell in their life because then they live this distorted life of like an Autobot.
Mm,
But their internals, is disconnect is so great. You're looking at addictions, distortions, horrible marriages, relationships, nuts because they're trained to behave and never know who they are.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And often it is not to feel less, it is to suppress what is being felt.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So and those never go away.
No.
Yeah, that they said that all the energies what they said. I'm not the doctor here.
Mm,
These energy emotions that you never were allowed to feel never went away. They've and as we know, they compound in your system.
yeah.
So years, decades later, you're on medications, your body's doing all kinds of disruptive things. And we see it too, like the families that, I'm seeing now that raise so-called good kids
Mm,
went into terrible marriages because, the reaction was to go, well, you should marry somebody here because this is how we've trained you.
mm,
They go off into some sort of destructive nature or a destructive partner.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
And that's what the open please is a form of relief, isn't it?
yeah,
It's a letting
yeah,
go. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.